Hey, Ria. Hi, Nitro. Do you hear me? Are you able to hear me? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing today, Ria? Hi, Nitro. Thanks for first joining in. I appreciate it. Hope you all are having a great weekend ahead of you. So let's just give it a few moments before we begin. Hey, Ronnie. Thank you for joining. Are you all able to hear me right now? Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while since I've gone on a live stream. Just got home right now, and AITX. Thanks for asking. We will look at that. How's everyone doing today? On a Saturday. Yeah, I just got back from visiting my friend. He just got a place in California. The whole land just got cemented, so next week they're gonna start framing things up. So he's very excited. So it's nice to kind of see how things gonna get built from ground up. So I'm just happy. Hey Juan, thank you for joining. Now, where are you guys all located? I know, Ronnie, you're out over by the cold region, Michigan, right? I might be wrong. Yeah, I'm feeling blessed as well. You know, just getting on that path of growth mindset. You know, just playing it along with these stocks that I've been invested in, and just focused on being patient. And just most importantly, just focusing on not only stocks, but just trying to stay consistent with the things that I do. Nice. Detroit. I'm wearing a Detroit hat right now. Let me switch that up real fast. So I got that Detroit hat on. So Ronnie, how's business going for you right now anyways? Do you guys hear the music? Is it okay? Is it like taking over the voice recording right now? Should I turn it lower, or is it at the right volume? All right, well, let's go ahead and let's get started. Well, first off, before we jump into AITX, I wanted to just point out this stock here, Ocugen, OCGN. This ticker was running at like $5 recently, and now it's gapped all the way up to like is 963. As you can see, this was at like $5 April 19th. And now it's popped all the way up by like 963. It's working on this drug product called Covaxin, and it's been running. So just kind of monitor this company and see how far it can run up. I mean, it took a bad beating, but it did peak at $15 back in like February, and it's been just trending down all the way to like $5. But it's been just bull running lately, so I would recommend just monitoring Ocugen, because this ticker is on a essentially bull run right now. Yeah, definitely, Ronnie. You know, God bless. I mean, everything that you do, it's the strengths that are given to you, and your consciousness, your attitude, how you assume where you want to be in life. That's what you're going to be, and that's what shapes your own internal behaviors. And yeah, just keep at it, man. Things will be magical. How do you make things more magical when things are already magical? You just stay on top of it. You focus on your effort and just remain persistent. Yeah, definitely. EVGN, okay. Definitely. I mean, have you been watching TCAT? TCAT's been running like crazy, right? I mean, even though it went down, TCAT's been on a bull run again. Um, an NFT kind of play. Okay, so Evil Gen. Okay, very low cost. I mean, $4. I mean, okay, so April 19th, it was at the threshold 394. Now it's up to like $4 from a 6 month range. It's at $9, so getting it at the price of $4 is definitely undervalued when we're looking at a 6 month range. It's looking like it's showing a bull market run. Volume isn't quite high at the moment, although current share price from a 52-week range, it's definitely undervalued at this time. Hey Audit, thank you for joining. Yeah, we will talk about that too. Okay, so wow, EvilGen, I really like their website here. This looks amazing. Decoding biology, revolutionizing life science product development, utilizing cutting-edge computational biology techniques. This is amazing, Ronnie. Thanks for sharing this. I mean, I just love how the website looks right here, and the fact that you're talking about big data in parallel with AI, biology, computational predictive biology using its CPB. So it uses statistics in parallel with deep learning to predict success probabilities to reduce time and cost during development process. So what does that all mean? Okay, so let's see what else they do here in terms of solutions. Our solutions are tailor-made to facilitate discovery and development of innovative products in the life science field based on microbes, small molecules, and genetic elements. So I'm thinking they cater towards different biologics, pharmaceuticals based on their technology. So they must have some proprietary technology that they're delivering. So MicroBoost AI, okay, so they are targeted towards the micro-based products. Small molecules would be intended for pharmaceutical drugs because when you have complex molecules, that falls in line with biologics. So this is for pharmaceuticals. Gene Radar for genetic element-based products. Now, they've had several conferences going on. Let's look at their solutions here. Hey Amira, definitely OCGN. I wouldn't say that they are too late to join. I mean, you might see some downward pullbacks, but either you wait to see if it goes down or you ride that wave, right? And just set your stop loss. That's how I would play it. EvoGen CPB, computational technology-based solutions utilize comprehensive and integrated computational biology to provide life science companies with tailor-made solutions for product discovery and development. Okay, so MicroBoost AI. Yeah, Ronnie, this is, oh my gosh, anything that's coming from Israel is top line advanced technology, right? I mean, anything coming from like Israel, Germany, Singapore, Japan, areas that add value, that have an advanced society, you can put your money on those type of countries, especially when companies, small caps like EvoGen, are in those arenas. So as you can see, their large and diverse proprietary database, pioneering function-based approach, successfully validated tailor-made AI algorithms. So this focuses on human health, agriculture, and industrial applications. And these are their partnerships. And to Ronnie's point, yeah, this is based out in Israel here. Now, from a share price standpoint, I want to look at their max. So it got to $1 at one point back in 2020, and it started running up to $6, and now it's at $4 range. So what do you all think about this play at this time? I think it's a great value add play if you hold this whether it's 6 months, over a year or two, this company can run. Definitely a good play. I mean, it's not an OTC play, it's in the NASDAQ market. Um, so, one ticker to consider. So, NitroBounce, AKUS, is in clinical trials for curing blindness using genetic editing. That's amazing, man. I mean, I love hearing just companies that are able to add value like that. So, we will look at that as well. Um, yeah, let's take a look. So, Ronnie, I hope that gives you some insight on Evogen. That's new to me, so it's nice to see their website. I really like their UI interface with how they set up the website. Um, so we are looking at a cool. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Yeah, this ticker is in the Nasdaq market. Looking at a 6-month range. This ticker at a high point, looking at 6-month range, was hovering at like $22. 20 performance, dropped off, establishing base at $13. So we don't see it dropping any further, but when we expand that out, do we see any further drops? So currently, share price, the data point is at the low point when you're looking at it from a 1-year range. 5-year range, this is at a low point. At a max range, this is at a low point. So definitely at a moment where you are buying on the low dip, and the question is, can it run, right? Now let's take a look at this Massachusetts company. Ronnie, I definitely feel you with long-term stock. Anything AI related right now, you hold it long-term where they can demonstrate value add, then it will run continuously. So healthy hearing available to all. We are a precision genetic medicine company focused on developing gene therapies with the potential to restore, improve, and preserve high acuity physiologic hearing for people worldwide who live with disabling hearing loss. Definitely a great company that is adding value to help people be able to hear again. I mean, you have medical devices out there, but this is more so trying to reverse that role, right? And it's amazing because, as you can see here, 466 million people worldwide have disabling hearing loss, but there are no FDA-approved therapies to address this cause. So this is trying to get to the root of the problem, right? While you have medical devices, hearing aids that really help drive to add value, and it's beneficial to have medical devices because that will improve the ability to be able to hear. But this product, this company, is focused on trying to innovate, tap into trying to understand the leading cause and reversing that pathway. So this is definitely a value add company. I mean, it's the first time hearing about this, but I really like what they are doing. And based on their company name, I can't even pronounce that. AKUS. Okay, so that's some great translation. We strive to be a team that listens to one another, to health providers, and to the deaf and hard of hearing community. Our partnership and collaborations are focused on common goals and predicated on respect, trust, and transparency. Listening is in our DNA. Amazing. I'd like to know, Nitro, like, do you see any like sudden news that's coming out from this company? Because we know as of today there's no FDA approved pharmaceutical therapy, and as you can see, this is the CEO Simons here. He knows the problem at scale with hearing problems, and I just wonder how innovative their product is to really combat this whole pandemic with hearing problems. I mean, looks like there's a solid team here at this company. I mean, this is a Massachusetts-based company at the low point at $12, and their partners are Massachusetts Eye and Ear, SoFi Nova. So it's a new company that I've never heard of, but let's look at their careers here and see what they're looking for. Okay, so you're looking for a scientist, an accountant, executive assistant. Okay, so you have CMC program management, so they are trying to build on their chemistry manufacturing control. Program management, vice president or senior director, director of good manufacturing practices, quality systems. So that indicates that they do have operations in place and they're trying to establish that. Um, Director, senior director. Hey, Greg. Oh, hey, baby. Thank you all for joining. Greg, I know you've been asking me to, start up a live event here. So any insights, any stock tickers, please share in the channel and we will talk about it. All right, so far there's been just great tickers that have been shared. For example, AITX, EVGN, AKUS. We are looking at AKUS at this time, a company based out in Massachusetts, and we're just trying to learn, share information with those who are listening in right now. So thank you, Nitro Bounce, for sharing this company. And I mean, just looking at the overall demand for what they're looking for, as you can see, the company is trying to scale up its science R&D platform, its program management, its regulatory and quality, its operations, its medicine department. So you see that this company is trying to scale up, also looking for a supply chain manager at this time, manager in good manufacturing practice, quality control, manufacturing associate. So it looks like they are well established, and from a share price standpoint, we're looking at currently $13. The question is, can it ramp back up to its prior resistance? I'd say so. I mean, it can definitely reach its prior resistance to potentially gain up to 100%. Thanks for sharing that, Greg. So it seems like we all have similar insights here in terms of PPJE. Let me make note of that here, PPJE. And we will talk about PPAG. So I hope that answers any questions or thoughts you have with AKUS. Thank you for sharing that. Definitely one that's on my radar. All right, so next up. Hey, Greg, did I get that correctly? PPJE, Healthcare Enterprise. Okay, so this one ran up to 1 penny and now it's in the 003. Definitely undervalued right now, right? If you park your money at this point in time, then you will get a bounce back, right? What goes down will likely bounce back up as long as this company is still in business. And let's see what they all have to offer here. How's the weather over in New York, Greg? I mean, over there right now it's like 9:36, so it's cold. Right now in California, weather is around 63 degrees, mostly cloudy. It was partially sunny today, but things are getting a little bit gloomy. I mean, clear skies still, but supposedly it's going to be raining out here in the Bay Area. But I'd love to hear the weather all around where you guys are at right now. All right, so we are Ronnie, I'm not sure. I just know so many people who are now like invested in Sky. I mean, people are just patiently waiting with Sky Bioscience. It's been like 2 months where we've seen lateral movement, but that's a good sign though, because it's better than it going down, and we just have to let the volcano erupt, and that time will come. You know, in biotechnology, it's just a matter of just letting things grow in terms of maturing. It's like pre-marinating meat, or it's like letting a baby grow through the infant stage, you know, in the mother's womb, and it takes 9 months to fully develop. So I kind of see Sky as just a company that's just going through that process through preclinical trials. But the great news is that with establishing CMC and being able to have that data readily available before they submit their pre-IND to the FDA, that's great news. All right, so PPJE, this is new to me here, medical billing service. I mean, did you know that 80%, well, basically in the United States, GDP, 80% of revenue comes from service, while 20% comes from just selling products. So the fact that I hear this is a medical billing service, that falls in line with the 80% of how the United States generates revenue income in this whole platform. So that's why okay, so they will be distributing their products on their online store. Okay, so over the past 2.5 decades, professional billing service has had the pleasure of watching our clients increase their cash flow within 4 months of obtaining our services. We guarantee percent in collection, 30% collections. Though most of our clients realize an increase of more than 50%, we improve our clients' income by billing their services accurately and efficiently within the current industry standards. Okay. Okay, so its goal is to improve medical billing efforts, but how do they do that, right? Okay, so apply a system that ensures money and reports are delivered on time every time, practice rigorous hiring standards, be able to answer detailed questions about billing to your specialty, offer the ability for clients to go online to ensure that their billing has gone out in a timely manner. So from a share price standpoint, just looking at this company, I mean, I like the technicals here, right? I mean, volume trading, it's fairly known. It has 85 million shares traded, and the fact that it got up to 1 penny, I mean, if you just park your money here, you can get like a V-shaped run. So I'm with you in that regard, and if it's not going out of business, then I wouldn't worry so much. And that's my takeaway with PPJE. So thank you for sharing that, Greg. Well, so they partnered up with 2 pure CBD suppliers to distribute their products. That's huge. That's really huge. I mean, the demand is in that arena right now with the CBD suppliers like AZFL. Let me share with you AZFL, a ticker that's going to run, I believe, next week or the following month. But if you look at this here, this ticker was in the 0002. It ramped all the way up to 007. So can you imagine if you got in at triples and it went to doubles, and now it's at the 004? It did drop by like 40% from its high peak April 8th, which was like 2 weeks ago. But to me, this CBD derived company can start running back up from my perspective. AZFL is the ticker. Yeah, so let's look at Sky Bioscience right now. This is alright, Sky Bioscience is what we are looking at currently right now. Right now, just looking at the technicals here, right, it's been just going up right here. It starts dropping a little bit and then shoots back up, and then it goes lateral movement, it goes down a little bit, then it shoots back up, and it's been since March 9th up through April 24th now, like well over 2 months where it's been just at a lateral movement. The question is, when will it experience a volcano run, right? We know that we are in the quarter where this company will be releasing its preclinical trials data. For example, data on its intraocular pressure studies that's going against the Repressa or latanoprost. The goal is to see significant reduction in IOP compared to the commercially available drugs, and those tests are being done on rabbits. And also they will be announcing neuroprotective studies data, and if that can demonstrate that its drug product THC VHS is able to prove and provide neuroprotective effects to the eye, then that is going to make this ticker run. Not to say that that will be the inflection point, but I do feel it can gap up to the 20-30 cents range, if not beyond that. It might go up to like 40 to 50 cents So let's not lose sight of what this ticker can do from a short-term and long-term perspective. I mean, long-term it can just run significantly, but just looking at the technicals, it's looking solid here. And from a 5-year range, back in 2019, it did peak up to like 119 at one point before COVID hit. 2019 range. We don't see it reflected on here, but it at one point went up to $1.19, and it's now back down to the 11 cents threshold. So we know the potential of Sky Bioscience. It got up to like 119 at one point, but look back during the whole IPO 2015, it was at $7. Can it reach back up to that value? I believe that it can. As you can see here, look, April 1st, 2019, it was at $1 here, 119. So this is definitely undervalued right now because I firmly believe Sky Bioscience will 10x very soon. And we just have to remain patient and let that volcano erupt. And Sky completes its CMC and GLP production for THC VHS lead program. This is huge news because this is a requirement to get an IND submission. IND stands for Investigational New Drug. Anytime when you want to submit a pre-market approval on a pharmaceutical drug, then you have to submit it via an IND to the US FDA. And one of the prerequisites is to have your chemical manufacturer and controls data in place. That's a requirement through regulatory filing. And once all of this goes through, where your IND gets approved, then you will be able to submit an NDA to the FDA, and that's a post-approval submission. So Nitro. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Greg, is there a ticker name for that? Ronnie, is that your goal, holding it for 2-3 years? That's going to be amazing. $10 range, right? Oh my goodness. I mean, not too much people know about Sky Bioscience, and once it starts running up to the whole dollars, you'll have everyone talking about it, right? So we are the early birds. We are the leading pioneers, having conviction, believing in this company, because no one really believes in it. I mean, there's so much uncertainty, right? People just don't believe in the whole idea behind pharmaceuticals and cannabinoid use. But if and when the company is able to demonstrate that their drug product works, it's going to become a paradigm shift to everyone's thinking, and then that's when it's going to have a positive connotation to how we look at healthcare using natural medicine. So I'm with you 100%, man. I'll hold while you hold. Let me know when you get out. That's my goal. All right, so next ticker. I mean, just keep throwing out ideas. I'm just gonna go through some tickers here. I'm just gonna throw out some names that I have on my list, and we'll just go through it. So NNDM, definitely an undervalued play. I mean, this previously ran up to like $15. They just acquired Deep Learning, they just acquired DeepCube that has AI technology in place. And from a share price standpoint, just looking at the technicals, right? Early February, it was like at $16. Now it's at $7. If you have an opportunity to just park your money here, then it will start running. I mean, Kathy Woods, she also bought a portion of NNDM. And from my perspective, I firmly believe that it can run in the long run. Oh, thanks for clarifying that, Greg. Yeah, so NNDM is a ticker to not ignore, and I would recommend putting this one on the list. Definitely keep adding Sky because it's undervalued at this time, and just keep playing that. AITX. Okay, let's relook at that one again. AITX. Oh my goodness, it's been running. It's starting to V-shape back up. I mean, this is huge here. Ramped all the way up to like a quarter, and then it got down to a nickel, and now it's a dime. The question is, when will it run back up? Hi, yeah, we'll talk about INO next up. Thanks for asking. So AITX. I mean, anything that has artificial intelligence right now, it's definitely something to consider. And looking at AITX in terms of volume, you see 77 million shares being traded from a 52-week range. This is 001 up to 28 cents. Now, definitely a buying opportunity right now, even though it would have been better if you got in before the run from like 6 cents to 10 cents. That's like nearly like 90% gains already. But you know what goes down will go up, and the fact that it did reach 26 cents while it's still only at 10 cents, I have belief that it can run continuously. So AITX is definitely something to consider, and thanks for sharing that, all of you in the audience. Okay, so next up, while we heard the news about Inovio Pharmaceuticals on Friday regarding the whole idea about how the government's not going to support the phase 3 clinical trials, that's not to say that their product will not receive either EUA or product approval. As you can see, the share price has dropped by like 25%, while the current share price is $6.85. To me, I firmly believe that whenever you have big swings like that, fluctuations, this company will start running up again. I mean, it's just going to remove all the retail investors, and if you hold long term, this ticker can start running up from my perspective. So that's something to consider as well when you do invest. When it drops like that, that's when you want to capitalize if you have high conviction in companies like Inovio Pharmaceuticals, right? I mean, I believe that the company has good products. It has 15 immunoDNA therapy vaccines that they are working on, and for that reason, I just believe that holding it long term, it will catapult. So the fact that it's dropped to like $6, I personally feel it's undervalued. It may drop even further, but how do you predict that, right? That's very difficult for you to predict. So from my perspective, if you have high conviction in this company, then just dollar cost average down, or just buy in right now if you are a new investor. But from my perspective, it's a value add play because I just believe in their science, and they have top line. The Ryan, you didn't have to do that, man. You know, but thank you so much for supplying a super chat. You know, I really appreciate it. You and all the great comments that you share. I'm grateful for people like you to really be able to do things that you do. So I really appreciate everything that you're doing. Thank you so much for that. So JAGX is something definitely to consider, because I've heard about that play from others as well. But thank you, Ryan. That's so nice of you to be able to just, out of your own character, to just do that, you know. I'm not trying to promote that, but I really appreciate what you're doing. And okay, everyone, MAGA is basically the big shark. Okay, this guy knows what he's doing, and he plays big time with different tickers. And he recommended TCAT when it was like at single digits, and it's been running crazy. TCAT ran from like $5 all the way up to like $70 while we were in the live chat, and some people actually gained huge because of MAGA. So just thank MAGA. And the Ryan, everyone, this guy is such a nice guy. I mean, he's over in Europe and he's just been always so positive about everything, just surrounding yourself with positive people and learning from one another. So I'm just very grateful to have people like him who just share information. So first off, before we jump over to JAGX, I just wanted to say INO. I mean, I held on to this stock when it ran all the way up to like $35, and I regretfully did not sell at that time because I had a different price target. However, I've learned through this situation, and with INO, I mean, it's just in a niche that's very competitive, right? There's so many manufacturers that are trying to manufacture vaccines, and it's basically in a tough environment when you have like J&J, Moderna, Pfizer, all competing right now. And one of the unique things is that there's no drug product that's actually clinically approved for safety and efficacy. So that just tells you small cap companies like INO trying to work on vaccines, they should remain patient and continue doing what they're doing, because not only do they have the COVID-19 vaccine, they have vaccines in glioblastoma, dysplasia, MERS, you name it. They have vaccines that actually reduce the need to go into the hospital to get surgeries. So that's where I see companies will start bull running in the long term. So next up, I wanted to look at Jaguar Health. I've been hearing so much about this play here, but surprisingly, I mean, Friday ended the market with a 12% gain. That is huge. This company is in the NASDAQ market with 54 million shares traded. I mean, this previously ran up all the way to $4. The question is, can it run up to its prior resistance? I definitely feel that it can. So let's not lose sight of what Jaguar Health can do. I mean, let's take a look at their website here. Definitely a small mid-cap company based out in the Bay Area, San Francisco. And they have a drug product here. Mytesi is the only FDA approved diarrhea drug product. Now let's look at their products and pipeline. Okay, so for this drug, Mytesi, it's targeted towards adults with HIV and AIDS, and we know that's a huge market. And one of the symptoms is diarrhea, right? And Jaguar is the only company right now basically monopolize this whole arena where they have an approved drug product for diarrhea. And that's just huge because those who are diagnosed with HIV and AIDS have to take this drug product if they are experiencing diarrhea. So that is just huge. And the Ryan, I totally agree with you, Starve your distractions, feed your focus. That is just spot on right there, right? I mean, what's the opposite of distraction? It's basically traction, right? I mean, just a slight change. Distraction is basically all of the things that are preventing you from staying on top of your schedule, right? And it's very important not to create like a to-do list, because when you create a to-do list, you're psychologically creating a checkbox where every day you just check off the box in terms of action items you have to complete. However, that's not to say we are perfect every day trying to check off the box. I wouldn't say we would be 100%, because when you continue to do that in the long run, there will be like one or two action items that you don't complete. And psychologically, at the end of the day, when you do that for a whole entire year, you will feel like you're lying to yourself because you're not perfect. You won't be able to check the box off. So it's really reshaping how you think and trying to do things you say you're going to do with time. So let's say, for example, you're going to spend time on social media. You want to set that to your schedule versus being distracted and looking at social media every second of the day, every week, every minute, or every hour. You want to set a set time. Okay, so when I wake up, I'm not going to look at social media. I'll do that when I'm done with these specific tasks. So that's how I kind of see it, with just self-awareness and Thank you for sharing that because it's really important to the Ryan's point. Starve your distractions, feed your focus. The opposite of distraction is traction, right? And what is traction, right? Doing things based on your schedule and how you want to schedule things out throughout the day. So definitely we will talk about INND. So Cubby, no, definitely not. But we're looking at Jaguar Health right now. My TC is a drug product that this company is working on, and Canalevia. So this is awesome. I mean, this is my first time actually looking at this website here. So this is for chemotherapy-induced diarrhea in dogs. Oh my gosh, this makes me want to like invest in Jaguar Health, just knowing that this company is adding value not only in humans but also in dogs as well. So definitely a company to consider investing in from my perspective. I mean, in terms of what they're doing. The fact that it's run up 12% and the fact that it was up by like $4 at one point, I have belief that it's going to run. But next ticker I wanted to share with you is INND. I mean, cutting out the noisy data of this high point here at 6 cents along with the 5 cents, the trend line is going upward. It's going in the right direction. So that's a good thing. We know that it's establishing ground at 2-3 cents. And I have high belief that you hold this long term, this company can succeed in the long run from my perspective. And let's not lose sight because I have belief that with Matthew Moore, the CEO, he can make this company run. And we know that there's just millions of people, at least like 60 million people in the United States with this whole problem of hearing, and the whole world needs hearing devices, right? I mean, not to say that this product has the drug to eliminate hearing problems, but this will help enhance the hearing performance. And, you know, people will pay for products like INND's product to be able to hear. So that's why I really like this company, right? People will pay for hearing, people will pay for seeing, and that's why Sky is also a good investment. That's my take with INND. I mean, let's look at their website here. Alright, so INND. I mean, they have an online hearing test, they have hearing screening kiosks. I don't think that's all rolled out yet, but they are on a initiative to get this all like distributed around the United States where you can test your hearing. And Interscope's hearing loss awareness program with its unintended automated free hearing screening kiosk and point of sale kiosk directly targets the untapped 41 million Americans to create awareness and to take immediate action if a hearing loss is detected. Interscope seeks to deploy a national network of 10,000 kiosks within local, regional, national retailers, pharmacies, grocery stores, optical, other healthcare locations, and many more. So that's just huge, as you can see here. So that's my take with INND, where it's currently at right now. So looks like some Amazon books. I'm just gonna open up this Amazon bag that just came home. I just ordered some books to read. One moment, guys. I'll share this with you once I open it. Alright, so here's a book that I'll be reading. You Can Be Prosperous. You Too Can Be Prosperous. The Spiritual Secrets of Abundance and Prosperity. Here's another book, Think and Grow Rich. Alright, so I will be reading all of this. So let me just read the back to you all. Well, I'll save that for another time, but let me get started with reading this and I'll share some insights with you all on the value that these books are adding for me. So that's that with INND. I mean, definitely a company that will be running. I do feel like it's gonna run all the way up to like 5 cents, and then it's gonna start breaking out to 10 cents, and then holding long term. 2021, 2022, $1 is not too far away. It's not a far stretch. Medical devices are important in this world, and that's why this company will run in the future from my perspective. Hi, thank you for joining. I mean, hope you're having a wonderful Saturday right now, Sunday, depending on where you're located, but I appreciate you joining. And MAGA, definitely with JAGX, that $4 can come back. So just holding patiently. Similar to like Sky Bioscience, once it ramps up to $10, we'll reach financial freedom at that point in time. All right, any other tickers that you all want to take a look at? I mean, if not, I'll just continue going down the list. Oh, so you've read that already, Lorian? I mean, I was watching a YouTube video, and then I got recommended to purchase this. So I really like the speaker, the influencer. So the fact that he said you must read Think and Grow Rich, I ended up just buying a copy too. So just hearing that you enjoyed it, I will share insights on this book, Think and Grow Rich. So hope that it gives me a new perspective of things, and you too can be prosperous. I haven't read this yet, but just wanted to share with you that if you haven't looked at it yet. But I got it from the same influencer. So the fact that you love it, I'm sure I'll love it as well, and we'll be on that same wavelength, you know what I mean? All right, so let's see. All right, next ticker I wanted to share. Hey, Rod, thank you for joining, man. Think and Grow Rich. It seems like you all already like have read these books already, and I've been just out lost in the woods, unfamiliar with all of this content. I mean, I just learned about that book during the earlier week, and it just came home from Amazon. So I'll share with you what I think like once I read it, but would love to hear what are your thoughts by reading those books. Like, what value did you guys gain from it? So Inzalytics, I mean, in the early week it was like at 10 cents, and now it's at 14 cents. So it's gained by like 45%, 40% already with Inzalytics. And can it run back up to its prior resistance of like 80, 90 cents? Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Okay, definitely. Thank you for sharing that. I'll copy that, and I'll make sure I'll make note of that. Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill. Thank you for that. Thanks for sharing. I will look into that and get that book as well. Alright, so Inzalytics, definitely undervalued too, and this ticker can run from my perspective. Is how I see it. Just looking at its current share price. Let's see what they got. I mean, they've been in the game for 40 years. And let's look at their technology. So basically they're focused on anti-HIV therapeutics, influenza, tetanitis, hepatitis A, B, and C, you name it, monoclonal antibodies. So they have a wide number of different drug products that they are working on. The Intelligent Investor. Thank you for that. I am going to make note of that as well. The Intelligent Investor, Outwitting the Devil. Great sharing, guys. You know, I made note of that because I'm going to start reading those as well. So Enzalytics, our mission. Yeah, so just looking at just what they're working on, right? HIV, rabies, influenza, tetanitis, diphtheria, rheumatoid arthritis, different forms of cancer, and they're creating human monoclonal antibodies employed to produce anti-SARS-CoV-2 monoclonal antibodies for treating COVID-19. And maybe that's why they're running right now. Definitely. Everyone, you see the note from MAGA? If you haven't read that, take a look at that as well, because I'm going to make note of that as well. The 5 love languages. So thank you for that. I've made note of that. Outwitting the Devil, The Intelligent Investor, the 5 love languages. So definitely going to read through that. I mean, look at this high peak, Enzalytics. I mean, got all the way up to like 80 cents, and now it's down to 14 cents. Well, actually, it was like at 10 cents and now 14 cents. Hey, Brown John. I like the million next door. Alright, thank you for sharing that. I'll make note of that. The million next door. Alright, so it's great, I mean, for us not only to share tickers, but also to look at different, value add books we all can learn from. So thank you for all of that sharing, guys. Really appreciate it. Now, next up, there's this energy company here. BLSP was a company where SEC had halted trading. At one point, it ran up by 450% in one day. This was like 005. It ramped up. Then it just started dropping down all the way to 002. And just last week, it ran up from like 002 up to like 007. So like 300, 400% gains. However, it dropped up by like 17% closing. But from my perspective, I mean, the whole entire energy sector has been taking a hit. But from my perspective, it can run back up from how I see it. So I wouldn't exclude energy plays yet. And that's why Blue Sphere Corporation is a ticker not to ignore. I mean, there's an endless supply of a demand for, endless supply of energy. And for that reason, BLSP can start going on a bull run. I mean, since February it's been dropping, but now we are in April, almost in May, so there might be a reverse trend going with BLSP. I'm just curious. I just want to see what Doge is at right now. Whoa, so it's running back up. My goodness, with Doge. I mean, I have a real Doge. Let me share it with you all. Say hello, Kobe. This is Kobe right here. I've had him since 2006. It's 15-year-old Doge, my Kobe coin. Just looking at cryptocurrency, ETC's at 29. Okay. Babe, I didn't know that you're on watching me right now. Babe, why are you watching me right now? You shouldn't be watching me. Well, everyone, you see Jenny Ko right there? That's my future wife right there. So, yeah, Kobe, he's strong. I mean, he's an old guy. He's 15 years old in human years. So technically, I mean, human years, that's like what, He's like 100-year-old dog right now, but he still can walk and run, so he's still healthy. Hopefully, he can go on for longer. All right, so back to just tickers here. I mean, ASTI is a ticker that's just been running as well. I mean, previously it got up to 7 cents. However, as we know, the whole entire energy solar play has been just on a downward trend. I mean, it dropped all the way to like 2 cents, but it just recently just got up to like 3 cents. Shiba Inu X? I don't know, man. There's just like so many different like Doge Shiba related tickers right now. I mean, Dogecoin, I do suspect it to run up to like 50 cents, a dollar. I mean, when you have one of the richest CEOs twittering about Dogecoin, then you know there's just going to be bull runs coming for that. And it's just an exciting ticker, and I think it all comes down to branding, right? Because when you look at the Doge website, you see like a dog on a coin, and people just like branding, visual representation branding. That's why, you know, Doge has been running, right? I mean, what's the credibility of Dogecoin? It all comes down to just its strategy and branding, and the fact that it has like a dog picture, like a funny looking picture where the dog's looking sideways. That's why I think it's what people really enjoy. So back to ASTI. I mean, from a share price standpoint, I mean, um, um, definitely. I mean, you're all just hit that on the nail right there, right? I mean, the energy is the only sector that has not recovered since pandemic, which lead to believe that soon it could take off, because once people start traveling and other types of transportation, the use of fuel, the sector will bull run. You better put that ring on her finger ASAP. She looks like a keeper. Thank you, Ronnie. I mean, yeah, she definitely is a keeper, and that's something I'm working on. So in terms of ASTI, yeah, just watch this. I'm thinking it's gonna run all the way up to like 10 cents. So that time is coming very soon. All right, so what's next? Alright, I'm gonna bring up Ronnie's play, Maga's play here. Oh my gosh, TCAT. Friday it ran up by 36%. So this was a play where it was like at $2 and it ran all the way up to like $53, and then it went down to like $17, and then like within 2 days it popped back up. It popped the cherry, like, you know, within 2 days it reached up to 100% from its downward peak. Oh my goodness, Doge. I mean, I heard there was like I forget, like um basketball stadium, American Airlines, that's the Dallas Mavericks stadium. They may be accepting cryptocurrency soon. So once that happens, oh my gosh, it's going to be huge. I mean, you already hear Tesla accepting Bitcoin, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if like Doge starts getting accepted. I mean, Webull is already beginning to trade um, Dogecoin already, so I think there's just a wide degree of accepting different coins for platforms, to Euro's point here. So thanks for sharing that. I mean, that's huge. I mean, I didn't even know about that, but once Amazon does that, then it's definitely going to run beyond the $1. I mean, it's unfortunate that Coinbase doesn't offer Bitcoin, because I tried to like move all of my plays from Coinbase into Doge, but I realized it's not even offered on Coinbase, so that's why I kind of just missed the boat on that one. Now, just TCAT and NFT play, it ran all the way up to like $33. The question is it still a good opportunity to get in? Well, I mean, the sky's the limit with this one. This is a very jumpy stock, right? I mean, you look at it from a 1 month trend. I mean, it went down to 33 and it popped to 43. It dropped to like 17, and now it's popped all the way up to like 34 within a matter of 2 days. Oh, see, okay, so I was on the right information sharing. I thought it was just like some cryptocurrency, but specifically Doge is being accepted. That's huge. This is gonna run them. I mean, you already see like, I mean, you got like what, Dallas Mavericks. I mean, you got Jokic's playing over there, one of the best basketball players. Mark Cuban, man, he's a brilliant shark. You know, Mark Cuban is someone not to ignore because he's just killing it right now. I mean, I love that guy when I watch Shark Tank and just seeing just how smart that guy is, how innovative with just the questions he asks, right? I mean, as a investor, I mean, he just knows he can just see through people in terms of seeing whether their business will take off. Yeah, Dogecoin is definitely, you know, an era that we will talk about in the future. Now, TCAT, I mean, just monitor this company because it will continue to run from my perspective. So are there any tickers that you all want to look at as well? Houston Rockets also take Dogecoin too. This world is changing now, it just seems like. So that's amazing, man. I mean, just hearing how the world is changing. I'm just really blessed to be able to like share information and just learn from all of you. I mean all of the information you all are sharing here is just all new right here for me at least. I mean, I just heard about, you know, crypto being accepted by basketball stadiums, and then now I hear about Amazon, I hear about Houston Rockets. That's just huge. Hey Brandon, thank you for asking about INO. I mean, what goes down will go up, and the fact that it's at $6, I mean, you want to buy when there's blood on Wall Street. Not to say that it will pop back up right away, but it's just a matter of when that will happen. You know what I mean? And it all comes down to politics right now. Hey there, Ryan. Thank you so much. All right, and just want to say God bless, and you know, have a wonderful night. And thank you so much. And let's gain on positive proceeds and lead with an altruistic mindset. And once again, focusing on your consciousness and just thinking where you want to be in life and just capitalizing on that. So once again, thank you, and I hope you have a great night. All right. That's true too. You're all, that's definitely a big fear factor, right? I mean, because people pay a lot of tax already. I mean, like capital gains tax on the rich, especially when you are like at the high point, when you're at the high bracket, you're paying. All right, let me share with you some data I collected when I spoke with Fidelity. So let's say if you make an income of like 518,000 or more, you are taxed 37% on capital gains. Now, the fact that Biden had just announced that tax proposal, that's only going to increase it even further. Hey, Ronnie, good night, okay? I appreciate you joining, and the sky's the limit, man. We remain patient, and we will gain on positive proceeds with Sky Bioscience. So everyone who's listening, you know, we will gain on huge positive proceeds, because THC VHS is getting into phase 1 clinical trials. That data is coming, preclinical trials data on IOP, neuroprotection, in this quarter. Okay, so it's going to be mid-May, I'm thinking. And then the second announcement for neuroprotective effects, or IOP, will come June timeframe. And then Q3 we'll hear the announcement to get into human trials. So that's just going to be huge. All right, so also, let's say if you have an income of 85,000 to 163,000 income, if you are a short-term trader, you get taxed 24% on your capital gains. So I just wanted to share that. So that's why going long-term investing versus short-term investing, there's a 7% difference in terms of capital gains tax. So I just wanted to throw that data out to you. Clickstream and HelloPal, isn't that like China software? I'm not too sure. But let me check out VXRT based on the request there. So VXRT is a San Francisco-based company where they're developing an oral pill form instead of a vaccine shot. If and when this company is able to get into phase 2 and then phase 3 clinical trials and then get approval, this company can take market share in the competitive niche environment they're in right now, right? We know COVID's not going away. It's only going to mutate, evolve, get stronger, while humans also get stronger. Yeah, I mean, there's just been so much negative news around Inovio Pharmaceuticals. I mean, they're just a small cap company, and of course, politics plays a role in this. And to Gerald's point here, I mean, financials are looking better than where it was previously, and it's only going to go up from here on out. That's how I see it. So that's goldmine data from what Gerald is pointing out there, at least with INO. And Vaxart is a different company that has a different mode of delivery, right? Providing oral pill medication for COVID-19 vaccine. So that's a little bit different. I mean, it's definitely undervalued as well. However, it's behind in its phase trial right now. It hasn't even announced to get into phase 2 yet. But from a long-term perspective, I mean, if it can get its product approved, I mean, a pill form is way more easy to distribute all around the world, right? I mean, you can have this all around airports. People can just take a pill and then monitor the effectiveness like after 15 minutes. You really don't need like a doctor administering the shot, right? Because it's basically a pill that anyone can take. So that's why Vaxart long term, it can run from my perspective, right? I mean, looking at 2003, it was like $1,000 stock. 10 years ago, 363. Yeah, definitely. If they get those trials right, it can be a game changer. I mean, people would rather take pills versus a vaccine shot. But it's definitely far away from any product approval, so that's why its share price is undervalued at this time, from how I see it. But it can definitely bull run. I mean, that's how I see it. All right, so Aphria is a cannabis stock. I was recommending this ticker like back in 2020 when it was like $4, and then it started running all the way up to like $26, and then it started just dropping off. Now it's down to like $13, $14. Question is, can it run back up to its prior resistance? I think that it can, and cannabis has taken a downward trend, but just being mindful that cannabis will take a reverse trend similar to like the solar energy. The fact that the whole North America region, for example in Canada, United States, and Mexico, can use marijuana, that just tells you that there's just going to be more business going all around the world, right? At least in the NAFTA region. And Aphria isn't like your typical mediocre high-producing cannabis company, right? They are a high-quality company coming out from Canada, so let's not lose sight of what this company can do. So that's one of my tickers I recommend. It can run up to $20, right? I mean, the question is, can it run back up to 20? I firmly believe that it can, and you can gain on like 60% gains from a current investment right now of $14. Because one, it's not going out of business. Two, it's exporting more dried cannabis products all around the world right now. And three, he has a CEO who knows what he's doing. So from a long-term perspective, this can run up to like $30 from how I see it. All right, next ticker I wanted to share is BNGO. And feel free to share any tickers you want us to look at. We can definitely monitor and talk about it. So BNGO, right? I mean, Q4 of 2020, this was like in single digits. It ran all the way up to $15, and now it's lost more than like 70%. But now, where it currently is, $6, it's undervalued. I mean, you could have got it at low $5 about Monday last week, but now the fact that it's bull running up, I have firm belief that you hold this long term, this can be like a $20 stock. BNGO, a company based out in San Diego, that's working on just a wide array of different reagents, consumables, diagnostics. In fact, they have a product called Sapphire, intended to be used for like COVID-19. And we know that genomics is really the name of the game right now, at least in the scientific sector. So let's not lose sight of what BNGO can do from a long-term perspective. One other company that's similar to BNGO is TDSGF, Tilo Genomics. This is a Canadian-based company working with Mayo Clinic as well, and at one point it ran up to like 91 cents. It has a software called TiloView, where physicians can look at your telomeres and characterize it to see whether there's any structural functional changes to a human telomere, and be able to diagnose patients whether they have early onset of cancer for a number of different cancer. So definitely a ticker that can run in the future, and it's currently undervalued. From a 52-week range, it did break up to like 20 cents up to like $1.13. So I have firm belief holding long-term Tilo Genomics can run as well. But overall, this sort of sums it up. I mean, unless any of you have any other tickers you want to share or any last-minute comments, but just wanted to say, it's just wanted to say, it's not just about, stocks. I'm really trying to develop on that whole growth mindset and to be able to have that sense of gratitude, because at the end of the day, when we get old and all that, we won't be able to share our money with others, right? I mean, that's why it's always important to have that altruistic mindset, sharing knowledge like what we're doing here, right? And if we feel like we have any insights with the ticker that's going to run, share it, because we all want to win together, right? That's the whole purpose of winning together versus winning on your own. So we just have to continue doing what we're doing, right? And that's why we are the Geese Squad, right? One unique thing about geese is they fly the V shape. Why do geese fly that V shape? There's a reason to that, because did you know that a geese that flies behind the geese in front reduces the resistance by 71% by flapping? And that's what gives that extra buoyancy force for the geese behind to be able to fly. And that really helps with long-term flying, right? Because we know geese would have to migrate miles and miles away. Geese understand that they can't do it alone. They have to work as a team. And one of the interesting things is the reason why geese communicate by quacking is, let's say when the very front geese at the front part of the V formation gets tired, he or she will move back and another geese will take that position. So as you can see, even geese know how to share leadership roles, and that's just brilliant, because if we all humans can really apply similar concepts to what geese do, then we will be a great species, and we will grow with a sense of gratitude and be able to share leadership and not just one person having the leadership role. That's what I love about geese. And also, let's say if a geese is hurt or injured, there will be two geese that will fall back and support the injured geese and be able to catch up and meet with the flying geese team later in the long run. So that's why it's just great. I mean, I just wanted to share that insight with you all before ending this live stream here. And definitely BNGO, FTFT, IDEX. are super bullish. I agree with you. I was going to search up IDEX as well, but I didn't. But that was definitely something that was lingering on my mind as well. So thank you, Gerald, for sharing that. These are definitely value add plays, undervalued, and these tickers are going to run. I mean, February, March, it had a pullback along with so many other stocks, but these tickers will run. And the question is, how fast will it run, right? How fast will it run up? But I agree with you 100%. These tickers will run. So overall, I just wanted to say, I hope you all have a great rest of your Saturday and Sunday up to come, and just want to say God bless and thank you so much for watching All I See Is W. And I really appreciate you all sharing the information that you do, and we'll catch each other on the next live stream. Okay, hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, and God bless. Goodbye.